It's Friday, and the energy is the Seven of Cups. This is a card that really can go in various directions. Now, it's a card of getting caught up in your dreams and using imagination. So if you're an artist or a creative person, this is a day where you may be very prolific. Maybe you're coming up with a lot of ideas, or you're lost in the world of imagination. Or it could just be, you're doing some wishful thinking. You're kind of out of it, maybe a little spacey today. In fact, you could be sort of overwhelmed or out of it, maybe even a little bit depressed, or, feeling some melancholy. So, you may not even have very much physical energy today. Now, there could be something that is confusing you. Maybe you have a lot of options and you're trying to make a choice or a decision, and you don't really know what the best thing is, and that's really important to you to make the best choice, so you feel overwhelmed at the number of options. Now, maybe you're dating somebody and they've got a lot of options, or you've got a lot of options to choose from. You are in high demand. Some of you, though, this points to some indecision, some muddled thinking, not seeing things quite clearly. And as a result, maybe you end up scattering your energy. And it could be that you're not quite organized in something, or you're not being rational, or you're looking at something and being very impractical. Maybe you don't even want to deal with issues today. There could be some form of escapism. Now, hopefully the escape isn't drugs or alcohol, because this card ties to that. Or maybe you're making some questionable choices because it's based on faulty thinking or a faulty perception. And maybe you're allowing your emotions to dominate rational thought and take you in, some strange directions. But this is the card of the visionary, the dreamer, the artist, the creative person. But you have to be grounded, because your head could be in the clouds. So you could be struggling today to see things clearly. Now, maybe on the other end, you're just too much of a realist. You don't believe in dreams. And, that's not a good thing either. Whatever it is, today you are going to discover where you may be off the mark, where you either overestimated or underestimated a person or a situation, for better or for worse. So today brings events that push you to reevaluate a number of things, and perhaps your relationships. And it could be that, you thought you had the day carefully planned, and then just one little thing throws the whole agenda off track. So for some of you, you things are a little bit chaotic today. It's important that you prioritize. Today, perhaps a list is your really good friend. Start from what's most important and work your way down to the least. And if you're able to think in an orderly fashion, or put your duties, in an orderly list, you may be very surprised that by the end of the day, or even before the end of the day, you have more free time. Because this is about transforming a situation that may feel like it's going downhill and turning it around. So losing matters could turn into winning propositions today. Now, for some of you, you're going to have to make some apologies or some excuses. Maybe, you're going to have to call in sick, or you thought you'd be able to do something and you got to find a replacement. Somebody's going to have to stand in or substitute at home or work, or both. Maybe they take on someone else's responsibility. Maybe that's you for someone else, or vice versa. And because this is a card that's largely tied to illusion, you could be twisting things a little bit, trying to make things look better than they really are for whatever reason. You're telling people one thing when that's really not even close to the reality of a situation. Maybe you're doing that for a specific purpose, or maybe there's this tendency to embellish. So the longer you stay in denial or fail to confront situations, the harder it's going to be for you to remain focused so that you do have the time for enjoyable activities. So circumstances can make you feel overwhelmed today. You feel like you're putting in all of this effort, but you arrive just a little bit too late. This is a day late and $1 short. And largely because you've overextended. You've tried to be in too many places at once or trying to do too many things. And it's actually costing you more in the long run, when if you had just prepared to handle things more effectively or more realistically, you probably would be ahead. So it's a day where, either you're lost in your own thoughts and it comes out as a creative expression, or you're overwhelmed in some way and trying to sort through a situation that feels a little bit chaotic.